Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name's Heather Foster. I am the training class specialist for our guide dog program, and here with our guide dog class 991, which you guys, that's our 991st class in California campus, which is pretty cool. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us, whether you're joining us here in person or virtually. Welcome. Welcome for this graduation celebration. We're live streaming today from the California campus, and whether this is your first graduation or your second graduation or your 30th graduation, we just want to take this time to really welcome each and every one of you for joining us today. All right, well, last year was our 80th year, and we have so much to celebrate. I also want to just take this time to welcome the large group from the Channing House. Welcome to this graduation. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation and the tour. Yeah, welcome, guys. So we have so much to celebrate today. We're here celebrating 4 new OMI graduates, which is the Orientation and Mobility Immersion class. We're also celebrating, we have one breeder and custodian here today, as well as 2 canine buddy teams, and 4 guide dog graduates today. I actually think this is the first time in our graduations that we have all 4 of our programs represented, which is pretty awesome. Yes. So first I want to thank our puppy raisers. You guys work so hard and do so much to bring these dogs to where they are today, get them their skills and all this wonderful behavior, all the work that you guys put in. It's sponsorships today. We have SEI of Oaks, Pennsylvania for sponsoring Dana Wanamaker and her guide Nelson. Also, we have Janice and Thomas Bethold of Saratoga, California for sponsoring Amy Gooding and her guide Kimura. So again, we don't receive any government funding, and we just really appreciate all the support of the community, and it really takes a village to do this. I also want to thank our volunteers and our staff. Thank you for all you do to support our mission. We have a few of our staff members here today. I see some people from development. We have facilities, some some CWTTs, canine welfare technician. So just wanted to say thank you for whether it's, if you foster care, you're a puppy raiser, we couldn't do it without this large group of volunteers and staff to be here today. We really, truly does take a mission or a village to do this. All right, next I'm going to pass the mic on to Maura Wong Cooper. She is an O&M specialist who is representing the OMI class, and she will be presenting that class to you today.
All right, hello everybody. So the Orientation and Mobility Immersion is a 1 or 2 week program designed to provide people who want to improve their independent travel skills and guide dog applicants the O&M training they need to qualify. The O&M Immersion program provides a bridge for those who would like to partner with a guide dog but have limited to zero access to O&M services. And I wanted to say a special thank you today to our guest instructors, Richard Franco and Molly Tunks, from our partnering agency, Wayfinder Family Services. You play a vital role in the O&M Immersion program, and we appreciate your hard work and dedication to the success of our clients. All right. So first up here we have Tara and her guide dog Patterson. So she lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico with her husband, children, cats, and her active guide dog, of course. She works as an IT specialist for the USDA Forest Service and is active in her church, in addition to being president of her local National Federation of the Blind affiliate in New Mexico.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here. This program has been a whirlwind. I blinked and it was yesterday. But it has been so much fun, and I've learned so much more about myself, and I've also learned more about my travel ability. And so I am so excited to take these skills home, practice, and actually apply some of them to working with Patterson, but also working with dog number 3 whenever that happens. So thank you to the donors who helped make this program even possible. Thank you to Mark Gillard. Richard, thank you for just laughing right along with me and just having a blast with us out there on the streets of San Rafael this week. I don't know if I could have worked with anybody other than you. So thank you so much for all that you do, and I am so excited to continue watching the Oh My program continue to grow.
All right, next we have Andrea Judici, and she lives in West Hartford, Connecticut, with her guide dog Toto. She's a member of the ACB of Connecticut and is an active member of her community. In her free time, she enjoys hanging out with family and friends. Her favorite smell is puppy breath. She also helped co-found a guide dog handler and puppy raiser support group in her community in 2011.
Thank you, everybody. I'm not used to using a microphone. Everyone's usually telling me to be quiet. So I echo what Tara said. It was an amazing week. I had no idea. Well, yes, I did. I actually thought I had a lot to learn about my cane, but I certainly did. I've been a guide dog traveler for 37 years, but I haven't had formal mobility training since I was 7, which of course was, 100 years ago. So I had a lot to learn, and I had an incredible instructor, Molly, who isn't here today, but she was incredibly patient and brilliant and fabulous. And Molly, I promise I will not walk backwards. Apparently, just because I can't see frontwards doesn't mean I should walk backwards. And this is an amazing program. The value of knowing how to be safe and use a cane when you're a guide dog handler is huge, and so many people don't realize that. So for guide dogs for the blind to have realized that that's an important thing, obviously they know it's an important thing, but to have become able to make mobility training something that they can provide for their potential clients as well as their graduates is unbelievable. And there's no way to adequately thank Guide Dogs for the Blind or Mark for heading this, or for all the people who make it happen, Maura and everyone else in our program, the donors, and just it's amazing. So thank you for all being here. And this is George, and he's skinnier than my dog, but he's very smart in his own way and doesn't need to be treated, which is kind of cool. So there's that.
Okay, so now we have Harold Shavers, and he says he's a loud guy who lives in Houston, Texas, with his wife and children. He's a proud father of 4. Harold works for the Metro Transit Authority in Houston, and you can also find Harold at his school, at functions for his children, spending times with family, or at church. He also enjoys basketball. He's a huge Michael Jordan fan. All right, here you go.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. You're on.
Swap hands. Hello, everyone. You guys got to say something so I know where you are. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, if anybody knows about football, there was a running back for the Seattle Seahawks named Marshawn Lynch. And he has there you go. He's got a famous line at the Super Bowl where he says, "I'm just here so I won't get fined." Well, Sunday, that's what I said. I'm just here so I can get another guide dog. But Monday, when that good old guy Richard said, "Harold, let's put that cane on the pavement," I was like, oh boy, here we go. You guys got to remember, When the pandemic came, there really was no need to travel. Everything came to me. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Amazon, work at home. I had no reason to get a cane and go anywhere. Well, this year, January 21st, I had to put my second yellow Labrador Vesper to sleep. He had a bad battle with cancer. It was an honor to sit on that floor with him because there was plenty of times when we experienced things and I know I was probably scared, but he was right there by my side. And when I sat on that floor in that veterinary office that day, I told him, Vesper, I'm scared. I don't want you to leave me. I told him I didn't want him to leave me. I needed him to stay. I didn't want to have to learn again. But he sat up and he licked me and he said, hey, you're good. And I promised him that day on that floor, I was gonna figure this thing out. And they came to do my home visit and they said, well, Harold, you're eligible to get another dog, but we want you to learn about that cane a little bit more. And I was like, excuse me? So I had the mindset that, man, how are you gonna tell me how to travel? I've been a proud owner of 2 guide dogs and blah, 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 blah. I was so anti-cane because I always felt like the cane was my dad's tool. And my dad is also blind, and I felt like if I picked up a cane, I was gonna become an old man, and I didn't wanna be an old man. I wanted to do everything the opposite of what I saw Charles do. And I'll say this as I wrap up. My wife, my kids, they mean the world to me. When I go home tomorrow, I'm gonna be able to show my kids I can still do it. My son is 12 and he has glaucoma. Well, I sent him a video of me crossing the street. He went to school and showed everybody that video. And it made me feel so proud on the inside. And I just want you guys to know it, guide dogs, and anybody who's debating on if I need to get a cane or I need to get a guide dogs is the place for you because they're angels walking around here because those dogs are gods. And the people that help those dogs, those are the God's angels. And when you get on that plane and you come across country for the first time and you get down there to baggage claim, you're gonna hear somebody go, are you Harold? Yes. That's that GDB family. That's that GDB love. Just know, you guys, this cane, it's a cool tool. And I'm gonna continue to carry my cane with pride. And I'm gonna wait for guide dog number 3. And I'll be back again to talk to you at graduation.
Okay, so Kathy Essering, she's here from Grove City, Ohio. She lives with her sister, brother-in-law, and nephews. She enjoys spending time with family and getting out into her community. She also loves Broadway musicals. Kathy also has a history of keeping our country safe as an armed nuclear security officer.
That's right. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I'm not really a big public speaker, but I just want to thank JDB for this incredible experience. This cane usually rests in my hands, and I don't use it unless I'm in a huge crowd or I'm by myself. This week, I've had the confidence to walk with my head up and proud anywhere I want to go.
Yep.
I even did a night walk in San Francisco, and wow. That was amazing. So, and I'm also looking forward to coming back when and if I am ready for a guide dog. But I'm happy to confidently use my cane. Thank you so much for everything. And I want to say thank you to Molly. She was an amazing instructor this week.
Well, these fine folks participated in our one-week version of the Orientation and Mobility Program, which aside from O&M included audiology. So we thank our partnering specialty services for supporting our clients. To the California O&M 21 graduating class, so it's our 21st class here on the California campus, I congratulate you on your tremendous accomplishment this week. You each deserve the opportunity for greater confidence and independence. So now I'm going to introduce Cologne Nathaniel from our guide dog instructional team.
Thank you very much. So, moving on to our guide dog programs. There's a very special dog here today that I'd like to present to you all, and that is one of our breeders. So here at Guide Dogs, we breed Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and Lab Golden Retriever crosses. Those dogs are selected for their excellent temperaments, their superb health, and their intelligence to make these future guide dogs in front of us, but also for our canine buddies as well. Once the dogs have been selected and added to our breeding program, they are then carefully placed into a screened and very loving custodial home, which is within a 50-mile radius from our campuses. So that dog is Dory, a female yellow Labrador Retriever, raised by Patricia, Gary, Caleb, and Paige Edlund of Auburn, California, and Colleen Moss of Reno, Nevada. Dory's breeder custodian, they are Terry and Quinn Myers, and we'll pass the mic to you.
Good afternoon. So my name is Tricia, and this is my daughter Paige, and Dory is our third guide dog puppy that we have raised. Paige is the primary raiser, and she started when she was in 6th grade. She's now a junior in high school, and her first dog is a working guide, and then the second and third dogs have both been selected as breeding dogs. And it is just an honor to be here today. This is our first graduation that we've attended, and it's just really neat to see the full circle, the big picture of what we're doing and the purpose for being puppy raisers. And it's the day you get the call from your leader saying it's time to bring the dog back, we all cry, and we spend 2 weeks sad that we have to take, this sweet little dog that we've loved and spent so much time with back. But when you are here today and just see the good work that these dogs do, it makes all of it worth it, and just such an honor that we could raise another dog and that she's going to have puppies that can help people. So again, we're glad to be here today, and it's just an honor to be in the presence of everybody who is learning how to work with a guide dog and to work with a cane. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. So, like I said, those are the dogs that start it all. That's how we get these amazing dogs. Next, I'm going to pass the microphone to Becky Miller, who is our canine buddy specialist, and she's going to share with you a bit of information about those lucky recipients.
Thank you, Cologne. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Like Cologne said, my name is Becky Miller, and I'm the Canine Buddy Program Specialist. I have been here at Guide Dogs for a whopping 4 months, but my journey actually started when I was 12 years old, and I was a puppy raiser for many years. So this is my first graduation I've been to in probably 15 years, so it's really exciting to be back and be part of the family. So I'm here to represent the Canine Buddy Program. How many people have heard of Canine Buddy? All right, we're getting the word out. Excellent. So for those of you who don't know, the Canine Buddy Program has actually been around for quite a while. However, it has recently become one of the core client programs here at GDB. Our buddy program specifically matches selected dogs to become buddies to people who are blind or visually impaired, including children ages 5 and up and adults of all ages. While canine buddy dogs are not service dogs, they are wonderful companions and they bring joy and are a connection to the GDB community. The Canine Buddy program is, as I said, one of our core client programs, and as such, the teams have access to the same level of service as our guide dog teams, which is really exciting. Unfortunately, our Canine Buddy teams couldn't be here in person, but I would like to just show some photos and share some sentiments from the teams and their puppy raisers. So first up, we have Abby Ginty and Woody from Santa Cruz, California. Woody is a male black Labrador retriever, and he was raised by Tina Ackerson Mixon and Chris Mixon of Sierra Vista, Arizona. And in the photo, you can see Abby and her mother standing on a sidewalk with Woody, a male black lab, and they're all smiling at the camera. Tina and Chris sent a message that I would like to read on their behalf. They said, "When we first picked up Woody at the puppy truck, we knew that he would be a special dog. He was friendly, loving, and gentle from the very start of our time together. He learned quickly and was always by your side, usually engaged in his favorite activity, sleeping. Even then, all it took was a gentle word and he was up and ready for whatever adventure awaited him. We quickly learned that even more than food rewards for good behavior and obedience, he loved a scratch on the head or a pat on the side. These were the rewards that he craved the most, and we were more than happy to give them to him. As he got older, he had misplaced one of our pet dogs for a quick play session or a cuddle. If he couldn't find either of those, he would oftentimes make his way into the empty shower and just stand there, willing the water to turn on so he could play in it. Playing in water was a close second favorite thing to sleeping, and he excelled at both. While we were the ones training Woody and teaching him the basics, he was also teaching us. We learned a lot about patience, persistence, and most of all, how to listen to him and train him the way he could most easily understand. We will always have a special place in our hearts for Woody and are so happy for both him and Abby to start this new adventure together." And on the screen, you can see a photo of adorable Woody, a male black lab, in a green GDB vest and gentle leader, and he's sitting in front of a stack of potting soil bags at a puppy club meeting. Our second Canine Buddy team that I'd like to present is Charlie Fison and Verona. Charlie is from Wiley, Texas, and Verona is a female black Labrador who was raised by Lynn Smith of Benicia, California. In the photo, you can see Charlie and Verona sitting in the yard together, and Charlie is hugging Verona and smiling. They are cute as a button. Charlie's family shared this note that I'd like to read on their behalf. "Within the first hour, Verona licked her way into all of our hearts. She has been loving all the attention that she gets from all 7 members of our household. Whether she's on speed walks with mommy, car rides with daddy to pick up Charlie from school, chasing toys around in the backyard with Charlie's siblings, Max and Camille, laying at her grandparents' Bee and Boompaw's feet on the back patio, or finding Charlie while playing hide and seek, Verona knows how to cater to whom she is interacting. Verona got to celebrate Charlie turning 7 earlier this month and got a house full of additional family members that she got to win over all weekend long. Lynn's family did an amazing job with Verona. Our family is most impressed with Verona's leash and walking skills. Verona adjusts her speed perfectly and is not distracted. Charlie walks Verona proudly, and she found that she makes the perfect accessory. Lynn was instrumental early on in helping answer questions about Verona's mealtime routine as a puppy, and now Charlie uses the same commands from her puppy raiser and handles feeding Verona completely on her own, unassisted. And this is a photo of Verona, a female black lab, sitting on top of some hay bales in her gentle leader and her green puppy jacket. So congratulations to our Canine Buddy teams, and I'm going to hand it back over to Cologne.
All right, I now have the honor and pleasure to present to you Class 991. Before I start, I just want to introduce the instructional team. So again, my name is Cologne Nathaniel. I am a senior guide dog mobility instructor. You met Heather Foster, our class supervisor. Let's give Heather a round of applause. We have Christina Cherry, who is a qualified guide dog mobility instructor. And we've got Marley Jordan Jefferson, who is an apprentice instructor. All right, thank you, everyone. All right, so our first graduate is Jennifer Cosman of San Diego, California. Jennifer works as a massage therapist for just short of 10 years. When not working, she enjoys hiking and other outdoor activities with her husband, her son, and her 8-year-old pet dog, Nina. Jennifer received her first guide, Vermont, a yellow Labrador Retriever, raised by Julie Brown of Flower Mound, Texas, and Riley Johnson of College Station, Texas.
Thank you, and I'd like to say thank you to both Julie and Riley for doing such an amazing job with Vermont. So thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Riley. I feel like from the beginning, Vermont knew that our time as a temporary team would be on the shorter side because he wasted absolutely no time winning me over. I was obsessed with this sweet boy, his big head, and his big personality day one. While I only had the pleasure of raising him for several months, I can without a doubt say that they were some of the most fun I've had in puppy raising. Sorry, I'm going to try not to cry again. I hope that I was able to communicate to Verm how much I truly appreciate his eagerness to work and learn, and how much I adore the goofiness and excitement that came along with it. I am grateful to Julie for not only giving Vermont the most amazing foundation for a majority of his puppy raising, but also for trusting me to continue the work that she was doing. To his trainers here, thank you for the love and knowledge you poured into him throughout his formal training. To Jennifer and Vermont, congratulations on your graduation. This is only beginning, and I'm so excited for y'all. I wish you many years of partnership, and just know that you have many amazing adventures ahead.
I have a note from Julie Brown, his puppy raiser, and she says, Vermont was my first GDB puppy to raise. When he was first placed in my arms, I thought to myself, this is a 9-week-old puppy? Needless to say, he was a big boy from the very start. As we started this journey together, I quickly realized this was going to be a learning experience like no other, and I had been an elementary teacher for 31 years. Vermont quickly mastered any skill I introduced, and when his GDB vest was on, he was all business. He was a confident, handsome boy, and he made me look like I knew what I was doing, although I didn't always. Serious working Vermont became playful and energetic during downtime. He also had the biggest heart and loved to crawl into your lap like he was still that 9-week-old puppy. One thing that I will never forget is his gentle, loving nature towards cats. He made cat friends wherever he went, and I called him my gentle giant. I am so proud of Vermont and what he has accomplished to become a guide. As his new handler, I know that you will get to see and enjoy the many sides of his handsome pup's personality. I wish you all the best as you start your new journey with Vermont. I know that he will approach this new challenge as he has with so many others, with his whole heart. And there's a picture of Vermont in his green GV vest and red shoes. He is sitting on a sidewalk, has his name Vermont written in chalk. Vermont is looking at the camera, smiling.
All right. Next, we have Amy Gooding.
So, 7, hard to believe, and each one is magical. So I do want to mention the generosity of Janice and Thomas Berthold, and I understand we're not very far from each other, so look for me in Cumorah out on the streets and know that your caring matters, so thank you. A big thank you to the Zheng family. They gave me this fantastic balloon corsage today. So the moment I met them, I knew that Fan and his 2 kids and his wife, that I suddenly had 4 new friends. So, thank you so much for Cumorah. I know that it's hard on a lot of levels to raise a puppy and put them in training. So huge appreciation for that. Real quickly to the instructors and all the staff here, it's amazing. With all the chaos in the world, it's really incredible that people put aside their political views and their backgrounds and come together in a really positive way that's very human. So I really appreciate it.
Good afternoon. And that was the 7th guide dog for Amy, but Cumorah was our first guide dog puppy. So we're super proud of that. She became a guide dog. I was like, yay. And after talking to Amy, seems like it meant for us to raise a guide dog for her because her first guide dog's name shared the same first name as me, which is very unique. You don't find that many out there, and that was a surprise. And also, Amy works with our guide dog club member Janice together. I was like, wow, that was everything all meant to be. And just actually, just a couple months ago when Cumorah got recalled, Janice was asking me whether Cumorah pulls or not, because Janice mentioned a friend of hers wanted a guide dog, and waiting for a guide dog doesn't want a guide dog that pulls too much. I was like, yeah, Cumorah was pretty gentle and walks normally. So yeah, so everything is, I think, meant to be.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Small, small world. All right, next we have Karen Gust of Chico, California. Karen is an instructor at a community college and looks forward to returning home to her husband and her poodle. When I asked Karen what she likes to do in her spare time, she said, well, we like dogs and we like dog training. That's what we do. It's our life. Karen received her first guide, Tulia, a yellow female Labrador Retriever raised by Mandy and Samantha McDonald of Santa Maria, California.
Thank you. I am so filled with gratitude today. Going back a year and a half, I was an OMI student here and got a very strong foundation for the work I'm doing now, and I'm so appreciative of that. Now I'm here with my beautiful girl, Tulia, and learning so much, and I'm so grateful to the staff, Cologne, Heather, MJ. Sorry, she's a dog. Who did I miss? Christina, my amazing instructor and Tulia's trainer. So that was a neat connection. And so I got a lot of good work here. I so appreciate the people. I am so impressed by my classmates. Jennifer, Amy, and you'll meet Dana in a minute. 3 amazing women who stepped up, took on every challenge fearlessly and with grace. And I'm inspired by the 3 of you. And I'm so inspired by the young lady next to me who has done so much work with this dog. And you've given me a gift I can never repay. So here is Sam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sam, and I was Tulia's puppy raiser. When I first got Tulia, it had only been 2 weeks since my first dog had been recalled. Tulia was such a little pudgy puppy, and we thought she would get big because her paws were so huge and she had so much skin. She would look down, and her forehead skin would just slide down her face. Tuli spent the end of my freshman year and all of my sophomore year at high school with me. Everyone just loved Tulia. Her favorite thing to do besides eating is cuddling. She loves to cuddle and just lay on top of people. She doesn't realize that she's a big girl now, and she still thinks she's a baby. She loves to just fall asleep, and most of the time she's the little spoon, but when she's the big spoon, all of her skin suffocates you. She'll keep you extra warm in the winter. Very good. I knew early on that Tuli Luli was special. She loves to work, is a quick learner, and loves to please. I knew with this combination she would do great things. I'm so proud of what my Tulers has accomplished. I'd like to thank my mom for supporting me throughout all my crazy ideas and this journey. I love you, Mom. I'd also like to thank my club for all their encouragement and my aunt and uncle for being great role models. I would also like to thank Guide Dogs for the Blind for trusting young people like myself to raise puppies and change lives. I wish Karen and my sweet Tulia many adventures together. Thank you.
All right, our last but certainly not least graduate is Dana Wanamaker of Wilmington, Delaware. Dana enjoys audiobooks and cruising the aisles of Barnes & Noble. She also works at a courthouse and looks forward to not only getting her new guide settled in as a courthouse dog, but also introducing him to her 2 cats and her 2 children. Dana received Nelson, a male black Labrador Retriever raised by Diane White of Fullerton, California, Gary and Vicki John Peer of Brea, California.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for all being here for me and Nelson's graduation and everybody else's graduations. I've had an amazing time here at GDB, getting my first guide dog, and to say I was overwhelmed is definitely an understatement. But with the help of my classmates, Jennifer, Amy, and Karen, They helped me get outside of my head and really focus on what I came to do here, which was learn how to work with a guide. And I must say, Nelson made it very easy for me. But I just wanted to say thank you to our puppy raisers, the donors, the sponsors, and the staff here. Christina, you were amazing in helping me really focus on what was important. And like I said again, thank you for everything.
Hello, I'm Vicki, and this is my husband, Gary. Dana, this is a special day for us because of you. Because of you, we are here to celebrate a brand new adventure, a new partnership. In a magical way, we are witnessing a dream being fulfilled, a dream launched in 1942 by Guide Dogs for the Blind, by the founders Lois Mary Howe and Don Donaldson, near San Jose, with a German Shepherd. So, here we are, 80 years later. Nelson is an integral part of the guide dog community's dream. Guide Dogs for the Blind is an amazing organization that brings us a little bit of heaven on earth. Thank you all. We are honored to be part of the Diamond Bar Puppy Club in California with our supportive leaders and members. We have had the pleasure of raising Nelson, who's sitting right here by his new partner, Dana. A fact about Nelson is that he has 3 mothers. Diane, our co-raiser, our club leader, and me. Here's my acrostic interpretation of Nelson. N. N is for nurturer. Our favorite memories of Nelson are when he played with the other guide dog pups. He would show the newest puppies in the group how to play and how to share. E. E is for Nelson being eager to please. He made our job easy. L. L is being a loving Labrador. Oh, how we all loved Nelson, and we always will. S. S is for being self-confident. Nelson carried himself confidently in new situations and surroundings. O. O is for being obedient. Well, most of the time. N. N is his nose. Nelson has a patch of brown on his nose, and to us, it was a chocolate kiss. He loved being kissed on his nose. Nelson, we're so proud of you. You're making all of our dreams come true. And from this day forward, help Dana build relationships, move freely with ease, and encourage her. Share your love and have many, many happy memories together.
I have the pleasure of reading a note from Nelson's co-raiser, Diane White. Nelson was an absolute joy to puppy raise. His nickname should be Cuddlebug. If I was sitting on the floor, he wanted to be in my lap, and if I was sitting on the couch, he wanted to have his body resting on my feet. He was very intelligent and food motivated and easy to train. hopping right up on the paw pad for his reward. Dana, I am so happy for you as you have a wonderful guide dog and a loving companion in the special pup Nelson. Best to you both. And on the screen is a picture of puppy Nelson, a male black lab at 9 weeks old, sitting in front of a green and red plant in his green GDB puppy jacket.
All right, so again, I'd like to congratulate Class 991. And if I didn't say it before, I truly had the pleasure and the honor of not only working with you these past 2 weeks, but presenting you today. So thank you so much. There were tears, there was lots of laughter, but yeah, I really enjoyed my time. So to wrap things up, I am going to introduce Christina Cherry, who will be narrating a demonstration for you all.
Thank you, Cologne. Good afternoon. Our last portion of today's graduation will consist of a training demonstration. When our dogs come into formal training, most of the skills learned in guide work are taught using a clicker. Anyone here familiar with a clicker? Seeing some head nods, some hand raising. Great. For those of you who don't know, the clicker is a powerful tool that marks the behavior that we want the dog to repeat by creating an audible sound. The clicker makes communication much clearer and more precise and timely, better than just our praise of good boy, good girl, and even food reward. To teach the dogs what the clicker means, we actually pair it with food. The sound of the click means that food is coming. As you can imagine, since these dogs are very highly food motivated, it does not take very long for them to learn what that clicking sound means. For example, when the dogs do something such as like stop at a curb and they hear a click, then they think, oh, food is coming. They get their food reward and then they wag their tails, get very happy, right? And then typically then they're gonna want to repeat that behavior. So I'd like to introduce Marissa Garcia, who is one of our resident advisors, and her guide dog Jim to come up. They will be demonstrating how using the clicker can be used with clients to teach targeting behavior. Today, our target is going to be a chair that I have set in the middle of the room here. And the method of training is what we call back chaining. So Marissa will be starting at the desired target, which is the chair, and then step by step and link by link, working her way to create some distance from it. So she has her clicker on her wrist, and then she'll start with some just hand targeting where she's presenting a fist. As Jim, her dog, targets her hand, she will click, and then he gets a food reward. And his tail's wagging, he's very happy doing it. All right, she's done some hand targeting. Now she's gonna bring her hand target to the chair. So this is that desired object that we're gonna eventually want him to find. Good boy. He's a very eager targeter with his tail wagging. And then she's slowly creating some distance between herself and the team and the chair. So then Jim is actually going up to the chair, kind of taking a couple steps back away, and then reapproaching. Once he showed, that he is getting the target and understanding, she can pick up the handle, and he's actually working and guiding her to that chair. Very good. Good boy. And there he goes again, leading Marissa right up to the chair. Very nice. The final goal is for Jim to work from a farther distance away. So we're going to have Marissa kind of go to the lobby doors. Do you guys think he can find the chair from that distance away? Yeah? I love the confidence. And you'll see she also added in that verbal cue of find the chair. You also saw him kind of pick up his pace a little and get really excited. Very nice. And she'll take a seat. Excellent work, Jim and Marissa.
It's all Jim.
It's a team effort. This targeting exercise that you just saw can be widely used in a client's home environment to help teach the dog to find various locations such as bus stops, accessible pedestrian buttons, and other locations. So thank you, Marissa and Jim, for that demo.
Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone so much for coming today and joining us here. If you're interested in volunteering, joining our staff, or know anyone who would benefit from our services, please visit our website, which is guidedogs.com, or you can talk to a staff member today. We're all wearing little name tags. If you'd like to make a donation and help support this mission and the work that we're doing here, please text to donate by texting the word graduation to 50155. Again, that's 50155 and the word graduation. For the viewers at home, thank you for tuning in and hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. We hope to see you on campus soon. For all of you lovely folks who came in person and are in attendance, there will be refreshments in the lobby through the doors on your left, or on your right, my left, excuse me. And if you're interested, our gift shop, which has an array of clothes, gifts, and dog toys, is also open and is located at the top of our campus. Well, let's give another round of applause for all the wonderful teams that we've had today. And have a great rest of your afternoon.